today we will be looking at the verses, 8 verses of Guru Ashtakam or Guru Ashtakam. Now, unlike the usual Ashtakams, perhaps we know the Mahalakshmi Ashtakam, which is in praise of Mahalakshmi, or we have studied the Dakshinamurti Ashtakam, praise of Adi Guru Dakshinamurti. But this Guru Ashtakam is different because it is not an Ashtakam on the Guru itself directly, but rather it focuses on the Shishya, on the Shishya, and how is the Guru highlighted, or how is the Guru significant in a Shishya's life? That is the importance of this Guru Ashtakam. The word Guru today has entered in all the spheres of activity. We refer to music gurus and dance gurus, karate gurus, fitness gurus. But if you see etymologically, the meaning of the word Guru is Gugaras Tvandakaro Vai Rukaras Tan Nivartakaha Andakaro Nirodhitvat Guru Rityabhidhiyate. Or take the shloka from Guru Stotram. Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So the Guru is one who Tatpadam Darshitam Yena, by whom the Tatpadam is shown or taught, by whom we are receiving the knowledge of the Tatpadam. And what is the Tatpadam? Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam. So this entire universe is pervaded by which Tattvam? That Tattvam is brought to light and is taught by the Guru. So the Guru traditionally is reserved the word for a Mahavakya Upadesha Data, the one who gives us the Paravidya Jnanam. But it has slipped into every sphere of activity. So in these verses, we are going to see the significance of the Guru. Now, what is the role of the Guru? The role of the Guru is certainly not an easy one. The role of the Guru is somewhat like the sculptor. Just as a sculptor will chip off, the pieces of wood or the pieces of stone to reveal the statue of a beautiful Krishna or a Sri Rama, which is already in his mind, in the sculptor's mind. So too, the Guru's responsibility is to do apavada. Apavada means negation. Negation of what? Of adhyaropa. Adhyaropa means superimposition, or adhyasa we can say. Adhyasa, adhyaropa are more or less interchangeable words. So it's a very important prakriya. Adhyaropa apavada prakriya. Now, adhyaropa is what all I take myself to be. If I'm young or old, if I'm married or single, if I'm employed or unemployed, if I'm tall, short, fair, dark, if I'm happy, sad, thin, fat, all these are examples of adhyaropa. So I take myself to be all these, either a state of the mind or the condition of the body, or I identify with the profession or a certain role. I'm a mother or a grandparent or a daughter, or a certain emotion. So all these, we have seen all this in various texts, are examples of adhyaropa. And what does the Guru do? Apavada. Apavada is negation, neti neti. You are not all that you take yourself to be. Definitely you are all that. We have seen the Vyavaharika Satyam, is it not? Vyavaharika Satyam is a transactional empirical reality of role playing. But you are much more than that. Much more than that. You are Tattvam Asi, the limitless supreme reality. So it is the Guru who does apavada of all this, Pratibhasika Satyam, Vyavaharika Satyam, and points to us the Paramarthika Satyam as my true nature. By Neti Neti. So we see that all these notions I have about myself and conclusions, they inhibit this knowledge. Yeah, they are the veils of ignorance as per Vedanta. Yeah, because whatever I identify myself with, I'm limited by that. Yeah, if I'm identified with a role, then I'm just as good as the role. Yeah, but that is where Swamiji had another equation, B is A, but A is not B. B is A, but A is not B. So let's say you're a doctor, Dr. Kumuda. So the doctor, profession is because of the Atma. But Atma Tattvam is not any of the roles. Yeah, B is A is not B. Yeah. A stands for Atma, very simple. And B stands for Anatma. So Anatma is Atma. How? Because Atma sustains Anatma. But Atma is not Anatma. We have seen recently in chapter 9, Maya Tatamidam Sarvam, Sarva Bhutani Mayi, Te Naham. So that is the Para Prakriti, Paramatattvam. In order to highlight that, so the Guru has to do Apavada of all the Adhyaropita notions and conclusions. Yeah. So you see that in this marga, if the Shishya does not have an open and trusting mind or Shraddha, then how can the Guru operate on the mind and remove these notions? Yeah. So even if there is Shastra Kripa, Ishvara Kripa, Guru Kripa, Atma Kripa may be not up to the mark. Yeah. So I may resist the teachings, I may get distracted, I may be unwilling to follow the Guru Upadesha, or my mind is just on various pursuits along with Vedanta. Yeah. It's another pursuit along with many other things. Yeah. So now the Guru Ashtakam is going to very strongly say what? Tata kim, tata kim, tata kim, tata kim. Tata means what if, So even if you have everything in the world, then of what use is it when you don't, surrender to the lotus feet of the Guru? So this is the refrain of the whole text, and the whole text is emphasizing what? Guru Kripa. Yeah. And the Guru Kripa is in the form of the Upadesha. In the form of Upadesha, because Guru brings along the Shastra. Yeah. Guru is the navigator, who navigates us through the stages of life and even beyond. Yesterday I was talking about this, about how the Guru-Shishya bond is the most intimate bond, even more intimate than a husband and wife. Why? Because it is a Nitya Sambandha. Yeah? I am never away from Atma, and Atma Tattvam is Guru Tattvam. Whereas all other relationships are going to last only within this lifetime. Yeah. And then, of course, if there is rebirth, we will meet each other in different Nama Rupas. That is definitely there. But the Guru Tattvam is that eternal bonding, by which I mean that the Atma Tattvam is Nitya Vastu, and the Nitya Vastu has Nitya Sambandha. Yeah? So these verses are going to talk about the importance of Guru Kripa in our life. And the refrain, the last line, the last line in every verse is the, I'll just display that, is the refrain or the chorus. Yeah. And as you know, the Guru Ashtakam is composed by Adi Shankaracharya. It's a very popular stotram and sung by many artists on YouTube. You can find many different melodies. And I've chosen a simple melody from the Isha Ashram melody and simplified it even further. Okay, so let's see. Here is the first verse. No? Shariram surupam tatha va kalatram yashascharu chitram dhanam merutulyam Shariram surupam tatha va kalatram yashascharu chitram dhanam merutulyam gurorangri padme manaschena lagnam tatah kim tatah kim tatah kim tatah kim gurorangri padme manaschena lagnam tatah kim tatah kim tatah kim tatah kim. Let us look at the second line first, because it will be repeated 8 times or 9 with the Phalashuddhi. Guroho angri padme. Angri means lotus. So we all know, how important the lotus is in our culture. The gods are either holding a lotus or sitting on a lotus or standing on a lotus. And the Padmam grows in mushy waters, but it is pure, symbol of purity. And when it is facing the sun, it blooms. Yeah. So too, the Guroho Angri Padme, Padmam, that is the lotus-like feet of the Guru, are the most greatest purifiers, because that is untouched by the world, just as a lotus is untouched. Even in the Gita, we see the analogy of the lotus. Brahmanyadhyaya karmani sangam tyaktva karoti yaha lipyate nasa papena padmapatram ivam bhasa. 4th or 5th chapter, I think. So just as the lotus leaf is untouched by the muck and the dirt, so too the Guru's feet are compared to the pure lotus. So Guroho Angri Padme Saptami. So in the or on the lotus feet of the Guru, Manaha Chet Na Lagnam. Lagnam is to be lean. Lean is absorbed or centered or surrendered. If the mind is not surrendered to the lotus feet of the Guru, Tatakim, 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 Tatakim. See how the Acharya repeats this 4 times. Tata means then what? Tatakim. Of what use? Of what use? Of what use? And we are going to see a number of achievements in every verse. Yeah. So if the mind is not surrendered, that is, if the Guru is not given that topmost priority in my life, then of what use is everything else, is what the Acharya is going to tell us in these verses. So let us look at the verse again. Shariram surupam, body. So the body is surupam, beautiful. Yeah, Annamaya Kosha is slender and fair or dark, whatever, beautiful. Tathava kalatram. Kalatram is spouse, partner. Yeah. And even the partner, I have an attractive partner, a supporting partner, loving partner. Then Yashaha Charu Chitram. Fame. Yeah. Fame, what all I've accomplished in life. Yeah. And that is very great. Yeah. Esteemed fame, great fame is there. And Dhanam, the wealth that I've acquired is Merutulyam. Meru is the highest mountain. Yeah. And the wealth is equivalent to Meru. Yeah. So all this is nothing but Artha and Kama pursuits. Yeah. No doubt they are important and we have pursued them initially in life. Yeah. Because for the sake of maturity. Yeah. So even if I have, this the physical body is beautiful, attractive partners, their fame is renowned, and riches are as high as Mount Meru. Yeah. Guroho Angri Padme Manaha Chet Nalagnam Tatakim 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 Tatakim. What use are all these achievements if my mind is not surrendered to the lotus feet of the Guru? Yeah. Now, Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murte Namaha. What does that verse say? That Ishvara, Guru, and Atma are not 3 different things. They are one. Yeah. Just as right now you look around, space is divided into bedroom, kitchen, garden space, living room. So it depends on the viewpoint. Yeah. So here the Acharya is saying, what use are all these accomplishments when one has not given up that sense of the notion of I and me. I am the owner of all this, the kartritvam and the bhoktritvam. So if there is no surrender to a higher principle, which is the Guru Tattvam, if I cannot appreciate Ishvara as that from which I have received all this as prasada, then what? Yeah, what is the use of all these accomplishments? So these verses are pretty easy. Kalatram dhanam putra pautradi sarvam. Kalatram dhanam putra pautradi sarvam. Graham bandhava sarvametadhi jatam. Graham bandhava sarvametadhi jatam. Gurorangripatme manaschenna lagnam. Tatah kim, tatah kim, tatah kim, tatah kim. Further, again, Acharya mentions kalatram. We have, a partner, kalatram, dhanam, wealth, then putra. I have this, family punyam. Progeny is there. They are also doing well. Beautiful children, grandchildren, pautradi, sarvam. Then graham. Maybe I own a property. I've managed to build a own house. How difficult it is to build your own house. Veed katti paru, kalyanatha, panni paru, they say, Tamila. So have your own house and you have a property. Then bandhavaha, you have a very good support system. Friends and relatives supporting you. Sarvam etat hi jatam. Jatam means they're all there. They're all there. But get what? Guroho angri padme manaha chet nalagnam tatakim, 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 tatakim. So why is the mind not surrendered to the Guru's lotus feet yet? Because of avidya. Yeah? So this verse shows that my mind is still seeking. What else can I do in life? And then we are still bound by so many pursuits, still centered on all these things, on family, on wealth, on grandchildren, on the house. And I'm still engrossed in just paying taxes, maintaining all this. Yeah. But the heart or the mind is still insecure. There is no end to the seeking. I have not found permanent satisfaction. Yeah. So why am I feeling so insecure, inadequate, incomplete? Because I have not surrendered to the lotus feet of the Guru. Guroho angri padme manas chain nalagnam tatah kim, tatah kim, tatah kim, tatah kim. The Upanishads say, Acharyavan Purushaha Veda. Acharyavan means the one who has a Guru, an Acharya to guide. So such a Purushaha Veda. Only that person can know. Just as I cannot see my own eyes or my back without a mirror. So one cannot know the highest tattvam without the grace of the Guru. Yeah. So this is the second shloka. Then the third one. Shadangadi Vedo Mukhe Shastra Vidya. Shadangadi Vedo Mukhe Shastra Vidya. Kavitvadi Gadyam Supatyam Karoti. Kavitvadi Gadyam Supatyam Karoti. Gurorangri padme manaschenna lagnam tatah kim, tatah kim, tatah kim, tatah kim. So here it is said about, there is this mention of the Shat Vedas, Shadangadi Vedas. We know the Vedas are four limbs of the Vedas. If the Veda is a Purusha, Veda Purusha, then there are the 6 limbs, and the Mundaka Upanishad calls says that there are these two kinds of vidya, dve vidye, apara and para. Yeah? Apara vidya is all that is connected to the world. All that I need to survive and saram of the world itself, that is Paravidya. Yeah? So Paravidya is Rajavidya, or the knowledge of the Para Prakriti Swarupa, and Aparavidya is all this in the Karma Kanda of the Vedas and the Shadangadi Vedas. Yeah? The Shat Vedangas are 6 in number. They are Shiksha, Vyakaranam, Kalpa. Shiksha is the science of phonetics, sound. You know? That is how is the sound originating? A very well researched science of phonetics. Yeah. Then Vyakaranam, most of you know that Vyakaranam is grammar. Yeah. The study of grammar. And this is Sanskritam, Vyakaranam, Panini, all that. Yeah. Then Kalpaha. Kalpaha is the science of the knowledge of rituals. You know? How many bricks do I lay? What? When should I light the fire? What materials I require? So in the Vedic context, all this was very, very important. If I have to manuals for microwave and TV, so Kalpa is the manual for the rituals. Yeah. Then there is a Niruktam. Niruktam Vidya is etymology. Yeah. Etymology is going to the root of a word. It's very beautiful in Sanskritam. Even if you don't know a word, like in English, if I don't know an English word, what's the meaning? I have to look it up in a dictionary. But in Sanskritam, if I know the dhatu, I can derive the meaning if I know the rules. And that, then we have Chandaha. Chandas is the science of meters. We know quite a few meters now. Anushtup, Gayatri, Arya, the Arya meter also we saw recently. So this, what is the rhythm of the text? All that study will come under Chandas. And then lastly, 6th Shadangadi Vedas is Jyotish. Yeah? Jyotish includes astronomy and astrology. Yeah? That is all this, you see how it is Apara Vidya. Because to gain anything in the world other than moksha, I need to know Jyotish. What is the Muhurta? I need to know how to perform a ritual, how to pronounce mantras properly. Yeah, and I need to have knowledge of Vyakaranam, Shiksha. This is still Aparavidya. Yeah. Then what is Paravidya? Paravidya is that liberating knowledge, the Rajavidya. So here Acharya is saying, Shadangadi Vedo Mukhe. So these Shad Vidyas, you may be a master, an expert in all these fields. Yeah. And Shastra Vidya, there's even more disciplines of knowledge like Tarka. Tarka is logic. And many students of Vedanta study Tarka, especially in the north. Yeah. So they sharpen their buddhis by learning the logical science and then come to Vedanta, and the mind is able to absorb the Tattvam better. So there are so many such subdivisions, in the Veda. Today we will say all the Shastra Vidya is physics, geography, engineering, medicine, architecture, all that. All that can be Mukhe. Mukhe is at the tip of your tongue. Yeah, you may know all of it. Then Kavitvadi Gadyam Supadyam Karoti. Then you may be brilliant in literary accomplishments, in prose, poetry, Gadyam, Padyam, all this. But Guru Rangri Padme Manaschena Lagnam Tatakim 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 Tatakim. If the mind is not surrendered, yeah, surrendered to the lotus feet of the Guru, which means what? It means to bring the awareness of Ishvara in my life. No, if I still am living on as a, with the karta bhokta attitude, I am the doer, I have achieved all this, no, who else but I can do that? And if I'm defining myself by being the best poet or the best athlete and having the best professor, then I'm still a loser because I'm short of that para vidya. Yeah? Because all these notions, they are going to block my growth. Yeah. Now, this does not mean that one does not pursue all this. Yeah. Definitely, we need Vyakaranam knowledge, knowledge of meters, all this, and it builds the ego. That is why we have Karma Kanda first. No, one has to have a healthy ego, and then all this Apara Vidya is going to be a stepping stone to come to Para Vidya. Yeah. So to have a healthy distancing, a healthy attitude towards all that I possess and all that I've achieved in life is what these verses are all about. Yeah. Now we'll move on to the next verse. And here is the meaning again. So the Vedas with the Shadangadi and many other sciences, 64 kalas are there in the Vedas also. One may be a brilliant in poetry, and yet if the mind is not surrendered, then of what use are all these accomplishments? Now we have seen that attitude of surrender and bhakti recently in chapter 9. Yeah? Surrender does not mean you just bow down and do namaskaras and do puja and keep doing japa and say, Swamiji would joke about this, no? Tan man dhan sab tera. We sing, no, Aarti song, Okay, we verbalize it, fine, but is the attitude really there? Yeah, they're really there that I have understood that nothing really belongs to me. I am a trustee. I don't own anything, no, and I don't own whatever I have, including my family, including my body. So, do I have the attitude of trusteeship with respect to everything in life, and also all these brilliance, Today we hear of so many sports people, bringing glory to our country, winning medals. Yeah, and when I have the attitude that it is all prasada from Ishvara, it is the glory of Ishvara, which we are going to see in great detail in chapter 10. Bhagavan says, you can't take credit for anything. All glory belongs to me. I have gifted you with the Shaktis, the Buddhi, to strive and to invest your energy in many pursuits. Yeah. So now we come to shloka number 4. Videsheshu manyah swadesheshu dhanyah. Videsheshu manyah swadesheshu dhanyah. Sadachara vritteshu matto nachanyah. Sadachara vritteshu matto nachanyah. Gurorangri padme manaschenna lagnam tatah kim tatah kim tatah kim tatah kim. Videsheshu manyah. So one may be a manyah, very respected in foreign countries. Yeah? Like Modi ji. When many people like our athletes and bringing glories, so or musical artists, performers. So in foreign lands, they all become manya, yeah, very famous. Then also Swadesheshu Dhanyah, and they are no less accomplished in our own countries. Although it must be admitted, many people go abroad. Why? Because they are not acknowledged in our own country. Sometimes it happens. They get better opportunities abroad, and they're recognized also for their worth. And hence people also go abroad to study and they become great in those countries. Yeah. Whatever be the case, Videsheshu or Swadesheshu, and one is acclaimed. Then what else? Sadachara vritteshu mattaha nacha anyaha. Mattaha means other than me, asmat shabda, panchami. Mattaha chana anyaha. There is no one other than me excelling in what? Sadachara Vrittas. Vritti. Sadachara Vritti means what? In good things like dharma and religion, So when in dhanam, dharmam, and performing rituals, sadachara, good achara, there is none greater than me. This is a jiva, But Guroho Angri Padme Manaha Chet Nalagnam Tatakim 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 Tatakim. So you may have earned the fame in foreign countries. In your own country, you may have got Padma Bhushan, Padma Shri, Bharat Ratna, all this, and you may be excelling in Sadachara. But again, if the mind is not surrendered to the higher principle, to the Ishvara Tattvam, then of what use are all these accomplishments? So what this means is that it is referring to the person who is claiming all the glory. Yeah. And that Acharya is pointing out is a form of ignorance. Yeah. Because the glory all belongs to the higher principle, to Ishvara. Next shloka, number 5. So you see the second line, it remains the same, and the first line is showing various situations in life. Kshama mandale bhupa bhupala vrindaihi. Kshama mandale bhupa bhupala vrindaihi. Sada sevitam yasya padaravindam. Sada sevitam yasya padaravindam. Gurorangri padme manaschena lagnam. Tatah kim, tatah kim, tatah kim, tatah kim. In this Bhumandala is the entire earth. Yeah? Bhupala vrindaihi sada sevitam yasya padara vindam. So this person, his feet are worshipped by the heads of state, rulers, administrators, the kings and the emperors of all the other countries. The feet, that is Padara Vindam, Sada Sevitam. That means what? All the people, the countries, the heads of state are respecting you. Yeah. But if you, your mind is not surrendered to the lotus feet of the Guru, then of what use is all this? Then it is short, it is falling short of the ultimate goal. Yeah. Here is the meaning. So it is referring to, the moksha purushartha, the pursuit of the paraprakriti swarupa. Yeah. Next one. 6th shloka. Yasho me gatam dikshu dana pratapah. Yasho me gatam dikshu dana pratapa. Jagatvastu sarvam kareyat prasadat. Jagatvastu sarvam kareyat prasadat. Gurorangri padme Manaschena lagnam tatah kim tatah kim tatah kim tatah kim. So yashaha me means mine, mama. Mama yashaha dikshu gatam. That is, my fame has spread in all the directions. Dikshu gatam. How did it spread? Dana pratapaha. Because of dhanam and my prowess. My skill and my hard work and effort and philanthropy, dhanam. Then as a result, what happened? Jagat vastu sarvam kare yat prasadat. And as a prasadam, kare, in the hand, sarvam jagat vastu. That is, it means one has all the hard work And no doubt, good work, dhanam, dharmam, philanthropy, yeah, the fame has spread wide, far and wide. Yeah. Yet, Guroho Angri Padme Manaschet Nalagnam Tatakim 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 Tatakim. But if the mind has not offered all this unto Ishvara, unto the lotus feet of the Guru, then of what use is all these accomplishments? Yeah. And I can only think of Puja Swamiji here. Swamiji was like a global Shankaracharya. You know? And he met the Jews, the Americans, and all the countries. The fame was wide, and in the own country also, no less. Yeah. But not for a moment did Swamiji, take the credit for himself. No, there's always one with Ishvara. Would always say, okay, if a thing has to happen, it will happen through me. And if I've started a project, let's say a temple project or some Kumbhabhishekam, then some Vigna comes in the way and it stops the project. And Swamiji will say, okay, Ishvara looks like Ishvara has changed his mind. Yeah, so there is no sense of regret, no sense of pride also in the Mahatmas. They just let achievements happen through the upadhi, through the body. Yeah. And that is called a very enlightened ahankara. Enlightened ahankara is in Sanskritam, it's called badhita ahankara. Ahankara that's negated. Ahankara that is only appreciating Ishvara's glory in life. Yeah. Bringing Ishvara in one's life, appreciating Ishvara's presence in one's life. Even when, misfortunes happen, like Swamiji had a, hairline fracture, even that was taken so positively as prasada. Ever the smile did not become shorter even by a millimeter. and everything went on very normally, So that is, those are the Mahatmas. But here, these verses are talking about the Shishya. Yeah? What the Shishya needs to do in terms of attitude and to bring the Guru Tattvam in one's life. 7th. Na bhoge na yoge na vavajirajau. Na bhoge na yoge na vavajirajau. Na kanta mukhe naiva vitteshu chittam. Na kanta mukhe naiva vitteshu chittam. Gurorangri padme manaschena lagnam tatah kim tatah kim tatah kim tatah kim. So here it says na bhoge. What is bhoga? Bhoga we know is the pleasures, samsarika sukham. Yeah? Arthakama. Na bhoge. Yoga is what? Yoga is a life of sadhana, discipline, value-based, shastra-based yoga. Then Vaji. Vaji is horses and Raja is kingdom or kingship. Na Kanta Mukhe. Kanta is a beloved, pursuing Artha and Kama. So the Chittam is na bhoge, na yoge, na Kanta mukhe, na vitteshu. So now the mind is turned away from a life of bhoga. No more sakama bhakti for me. I don't want to chase this anitya pursuits. Okay, no bhoga life for me. Then yoga life also, no. In the sense that one is not even pursuing any particular sadhana, particular discipline. Then, no, not even interested in material acquisitions, Vaji, Raja, estate, property. Those days, of course, cattle was a form of wealth, horses and cattle. But today we can take it as mansions and bank accounts and property, cars. So all this one is turned away. Then turned away from Kanta Mukha also. That is turned away from the face of the beloved and not interested in Vittam. Vittam is wealth. So what is this verse talking about? The Vairagi. The one who has the Vairagyam, the dispassion. But yet, even despite having dispassion, Acharya says, if the mind is not surrendered to the lotus feet of the Guru, then of what use is this dispassion? Yeah, of what use is the dispassion? I know there is one shloka which says, in the Mahabharatam it comes, Yena tyajati tat tyaja. Yeah? Yena tyajati tat tyaja. Supposing I say, oh, I gave up my seaman's career, I gave up, my foreign travels, and I. Which I is that? That is the ahankara. Yeah. Yena tyajati tat tyaja. Yeah. If that ahankara is not Ishvarized, yeah, that is, if I'm still holding on to what all I've given up also, yeah, and I am not pursuing the param jnanam, then I'm still a samsari. I may have some surface superficial vairagyam, yeah, but that will not bring me to this knowledge until I'm surrendered to the lotus feet of the Guru. See why this surrender is emphasized is, people may think that, okay, knowledge today, in the light of so much information explosion, we have literally the knowledge at our fingertips. Yeah, you press a button and then there it is. Google gurus are there waiting to serve us. Yeah, but the surrender is to, as Swamiji would say, is not even to the photo of a Guru who is no more in the physical body. It's to a live Guru. Yeah? If I have a Brahmanishta Sampradaya with Guru and I'm able to follow the Guru Upadesha, then and then alone through Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasnam, there will be an internal cognitive transformation. Then I will know what is the true essence of the Karta and the Bhokta. What is the true essence? Akarta, Abhokta. Yeah. But if I, let's say, Google search it, or I'm watching a YouTube videos, and then the knowledge is there, but it will not give the inner transformation. And that is why Acharya is saying that one has to give the mind to the higher principle, to the Guru Tattvam. Yeah? And if that surrender is there, then that performs the miracle of removing the operating on the avidya. When we did this long-term course of Vedanta in Anekati, there were many applicants from all over the world. I was sharing the story yesterday also in the talk. So there was one girl, two girls actually came from Russia to do a 3-year residential course in Vedanta and Sanskritam. Amazing. And one of them asked Swamiji, I'm apprehensive about plunging into this course. What will happen to me if I study Vedanta and Sanskritam? So I could understand her apprehension, because we think, we are going to change. Why are we having this apprehension? Because we are attached. We are attached to our home, to our comfort zone, to our relationships. Yeah. And that's why, when retreats are announced, like I sometimes do, not many people come, because it's very difficult to leave our comfort zone. Yeah. And the comfort zone that we have created for ourselves. But the moment we step out of our comfort zone, yeah, then we can notice the growth. What is the growth in terms of emotional maturity? Yeah. So then when she asked Swamiji this question, if 3 years, if I stay in India and do all this Vedanta and Samskritam, what will happen? Will I change? And Swamiji said, no, my dear, you will remain the same. So which means you are the Nitya Vastu, and nothing ever can happen to the Nitya Vastu. But you will grow in emotional maturity. You will grow in clarity. You will grow in inner strength. Atma Balam will be there. Titiksha will be there. Your orientation, how you perceive the world, how you perceive yourself, all that will change. but you will not change. You means Nitya Vastu, Atma Vastu, you will not change. Yeah. So this shows us that even if we have, Parama Vairagyam, yeah, even then, I have to, at least mentally and physically, I can offer a flower, offer even my sadhanas and, my Vairagyam to the lotus feet of the Guru. Now the last one. Aranyena va swasya gehena karye. Aranyena va swasya gehena karye. Na dehe manovartate me tvanarghye. Na dehe manovartate me tvanarghye. Guroranghripadme manaschetna lagnam. Tatah kim, tatah kim, tatah kim, tatah kim. Again, that spirit of Vairagya, in that spirit, we have to understand the shloka. Yeah? Aranye na. Aranyam is what? Forest. Yeah. So this is talking about the Shishya who is not interested even in the solitude of the forest, Aranye, nor Swasya Gehe, nor in one's own home. There is Vairagya towards the home also, and Vairagya towards the Aranyam, forest. Na Karye, not even in the job situation. Na Dehe, not in the body. Yeah, the Manas Vartate. So the mind is not, in any of these things. Yeah, means there is no interest. So this is a kind of a Vairagyam, is it not? See, when a big misfortune happens or there is a bereavement, it is said that there is a kind of a Shmashana Vairagyam. Shmashana Vairagyam means graveyard Vairagyam. Yeah, that is when that moment is so intense. Then I'm filled with Vairagyam. What is life all about? I'm not interested in anything, After all, it's all finite. But the moment is gone. Time heals, as it is said. Yeah. Guroho angri padme manahache nalagnam tatakim 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 tatakim. Yeah. So one who is not surrendered to the feet of the Guru, then even this Parama Vairagyam is not going to bear the result, is not going to bestow self-knowledge. So ultimately, what is the Acharya saying is, without the grace of the Guru, without Guru Kripa, one cannot get moksha. Moksha na labhyate. Yeah. Of course, the Guru is there in all of us. But to awaken the inner Guru, we need an external Guru. And the external Guru has to be approached how? Tatvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. So the Guru, external Guru, one has to approach and ask for this knowledge. And then having asked, one has to pursue the knowledge. Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasnam. Shravanam is consistent, systematic listening with a competent Acharya for a length of time. Then Mananam is to, settle the doubts in my mind. And Nididhyasnam is the dwelling upon the Tattva. If the Shastra says I am Ajaha Amrityu, then how can it be true for me? So all this Chintanam has to go on. Yeah. And so even supporting the Guru in terms of the projects, the Guru's institution, like all of you are doing, Aim for Seva, and helping in any way, following the Vedic way of life and the vision, all that means surrender to the Guru. Yeah. And as we know, the Guru is not a person. Guru is the institution. Guru is the presence. Guru is the guiding light. And Guru is Shastra Upadesha. Yeah. So, very simple verses we have seen on the importance of Guru Tattva. And here is a Phalashruti. Gurorashtakam yah pathet punyadehi. Gurorashtakam yah pathet punyadehi. Yatir bhupatir brahmachari chagehi. Yatir bhupatir brahmachari chagehi. Labhet vanchitartham padam brahma sanyam. Labhet vanchitartham padam brahma sanyam. Gururuktavake mano yasya lagnam. Gururuktavake mano yasya lagnam. Gurorangri padme manaschena lagnam. Tatah kim, tatah kim, tatah kim, tatah kim. So this tells us the Phalashruti that the Punya Dehi, the Punyatma, blessed is the one who studies this Guru Ashtakam verses. Yeah, be that person a yati, whether if the person is a sannyasi, yati, or bhupati. Bhupati is a ruler, king, or a brahmachari, or a gehi, grihastha. Labhet vanchitartham padam brahma sanyam. He or she would, in any stage of life, the one who follows the instructions in these verses and is fortunate to have a guru, and even more fortunate and blessed to follow the Guru Upadesha. That is the true meaning of surrender. Guroho ukta vakye manaha yasya lagnam, whose manas is ever keen or immersed in the Guru Vachanam, then labhet vanchitartham padam brahma sanyam. One would obtain the Brahma sanyam padam, the Paramapadam, which is moksha. Yeah. So these are the verses, 8 verses of Guru Ashtakam, which I thought I would do that as a kind of a Guru Purnima celebration. Yeah. And this shows us that, the Guru is, as we saw in the Prashnottara Ratnamalika also, how beautifully Adi Shankaracharya himself says, Ko Guruhu Adigata Tattvaha, one who has the highest knowledge, and Shishya Hitaya Udyataha Satatam, the one who is ever engaged in the upliftment of the Shishya. Yeah? Even when the Guru is not in the physical body, the guidance continues. We are mentally bonding to the parampara, and all the knowledge is coming down from Sadashiva Samarambham, Shankaracharya Madhyamam. And it is like a closed circuit. Another example given is every guru, like our own gurus, all of us are just links, links in the parampara. Or like ghat, the example, I like this example a lot, how the Ganga flows from Gomukh, then merges into the Sagara. But en route, there are so many ghats. Yeah? Ghat in Lucknow, in UP, and Delhi, Haridwar, not Delhi, sorry, Haridwar, Rishikesh, Calcutta. So these gurus are like the ghats. So one can go to any ghat and take a dip in the Ganga. So these gurus are, available for dipping into the Jnana Ganga. Yeah? And that is how we can get the highest blessing in one's life. Yeah? Om Tat Sat. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.